Alright, so in this episode, we'll talk about the most expensive summer signing and also the Saudi Arabia Pro League. Alright, so welcome back to another installment of the I'm Only Human podcast. If you're new to my channel, let's give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to it.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind.
Please remember to like, subscribe and share. Yes, man, just comment on a feedback below. You see.
Alright, so we're going to talk about the most expensive summer signings. Alright, so there was a few, so let's pick on the top four highlight out of everybody. Alright, so the first one I want to talk about is Moses Calcedo, if I saw him name pronounced. So him left from Brighton to Chelsea, 100 million plus 50 million add-ons. After Liverpool he bid 150 million, but he make it clear say want to go to Chelsea. Nothing wrong with that. My only thing with this transfer is I honestly don't think him worth 100 million. I think the prices on these young players have been skyrocketing each summer transfer season. And I'm happy to say how them know say most of the club don't want to sell him. So them always hike up the price. When them do hike up the price, some of these Premier League side can match the price. So for in this case, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of him because I didn't know him till he reached Chelsea. I'm do around a background, but he's a good midfielder. But I honestly think he don't worth 100 mil. My price tag on that, I think he probably worth all at 65 mil. That's my price tag. And to rate this transfer out of 1 out of a 10, would I give it a 5. I honestly think to the fact that through Chelsea have money can spend, them always have a spend, even if the player don't value that much. Because they did it last year. I think they purchased Enzo Fernandez. Honestly, Enzo Fernandez, he had a good season. He won the World Cup, but I honestly don't think he's worth 100 mil. It no matter how much years left on him contract, he's not worth. He doesn't worth 100 mil. So he was my first expensive signing. Next expensive signing was Declan Rice from West Ham to Arsenal. Same 100 mil, 5 million add-ons. Alright, so that was a good signing from Arsenal. I think Arsenal needed a midfielder. And I think that Declan Rice can fill that gap. But the same thing go for Declan Rice. He was at West Ham. He performed totally good at West Ham. And the thing that I think they use to put a price range on a player is their performance, their age, and probably where they're from in terms of country. So I think that Declan Rice probably worth close to the 100 mil because he's a good player. He has a lot to offer. We have seen it 100 times. Purchase that player for big money, but yet still cannot live up to that price tag. But I think Declan Rice can prove us wrong. I know that most people are saying that Declan Rice doesn't worth 100 mil, but I totally agree. He doesn't worth 100 mil. And I think he can prove us wrong. I think he's a good player, and if he get a good season at Arsenal, if he start and probably have no injury, I think that he can be a player to look out for in this season. Alright, so my third one is Jude Bellingham, and left from Borussia Dortmund to Real Madrid for 88 million plus 25 million add-ons. Alright, so Jude Bellingham is a brilliant player, also a young player, and I think that he can also prove us wrong. I think, to be honest, I think that price tag on Jude Bellingham is worth it. For that transfer, I'll give that transfer a 10 out of 10. I think that's a good deal coming from Dortmund to Real Madrid. I think he's a brilliant player. And even if he doesn't perform in the first season, I can guarantee that he's going to perform in the second season. I think he already scored a goal for Real Madrid, probably in his debut match. So I think he's a good aspect, a good player to have in your midfield. And I think that he can make a big difference at Real Madrid, although they have plenty more star midfielders. But I think he's going to be one of the picks to start out of all of those midfielders. So I think Jude Bellingham was a good purchase. I think he's going to make a difference at Real Madrid. Alright, so my fourth one is Harry Kane. Alright, so I think this, to me, I think this transfer was a really good transfer. Bayern Munich is my side. Tottenham, I really rate Tottenham. I really rate Harry Kane as a striker. You know, he's the second best striker in the Premier League, and the Premier League is the toughest league. So I can guarantee what he's going to offer at Bayern is extraordinary. You know, he's taking the spot of Lewandowski, and I think that Lewandowski is one of the best strikers ever went to Bayern. And probably in the next 3 years, Harry Kane can prove otherwise. You know, I totally know that he's the favorite to win the Golden Boots in the Bundesliga. Because from Lewandowski left, I think who won it? I think Nkunku won it with 15 to 20 goals, I think. And if we can get a striker like Harry Kane in the Bayern team and to fit in, I think he's going to cause a heap of damage. Because if he's coming from Tottenham, and Bayern Munich is way better than Tottenham, and he can score so much goal, imagine what he can do at Bayern Munich. You know, but in his first match, he came down 60th minute, and I would say that was a good match, because we lost that match 3-0 to Leipzig. But nonetheless, he have a big season to look out for. So I think that he's going to be one of the aspects to look out for in the Bayern Munich side. You know, so I give that transfer a 10 out of 10. Alright, so we have Ramos Hojlund. I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. Alright, so he joined Manchester United from Atlanta. 64 million euro plus 8 million add-ons. Alright, so when Manchester United purchased him, that's the first time I ever seen him. First time I heard from him, although I love football, but it's the first time I ever heard about him. You know, and it has been many comparisons with him and Haaland. First of all, Haaland is a world-class striker. Haaland won the Golden Boots his first season at the toughest league, that's the Premier League. So there's no way you can compare Haaland to this brother. You get me? So I think that's the first thing they did wrong when they're making comparison against legendary against top strikers. And to me, I think that this purchase was, I give this purchase a 5 out of 10. To me, he honestly don't worth the money. And I think that I'm not saying that he's going to be a big flop, but I don't think he's going to live up to that expectation of purchasing him for that amount of money. Because we have seen it before with Felix, you know, with Magic at Chelsea. So, you know, I think he's not going to live up to that expectation. You know, there's no way you can purchase such a young player for that amount of money, and he don't have a good goal record. You get me? So I think this transfer wasn't. He honestly don't worth too much money. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he doesn't worth that amount of money. Kai Havertz. Alright, so Kai Havertz have Arsenal purchasing from Chelsea for 65 million euro, and he's going to. Alright, so for the last one, I'm going to wrap it up with Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz left from Chelsea to Arsenal for 65 million euro. Alright, so I'm not care nobody wants him. I honestly think Kai Havertz is a good forward player. You know, his last season in Arsenal, he didn't perform good. But to be honest, nobody at Arsenal performed good at that. Sorry, Chelsea. Nobody at Chelsea performed good at that last season. They have way too much player. The coaches, they have multiple coaches back and forth. So basically, I honestly think nobody could have performed that well at Chelsea. But we have a new season now, new season start. And I honestly think that Kai Havertz is a really good player, you know. Once him get game, and once he's around a steady side, a side that understands how he play, and once him can fit in at Arsenal, so I'm thinking he might make a good performance in this season. You see me? So I think that, so those were my most expensive summer signing, and I honestly think that out of all of the signing, I think that Harry Kane is gonna be the best signing. You know, because we know he's already a good striker, so you have a good record for work with. You see me? But nonetheless,